Okay, welcome. PTM, prop the mic. May 11th, 2023. What's up, my friend?
It's good, man. Today is a good day. Got a couple game sixes on. I'm very excited about that.
Yes, we got a couple of game sixes. We got the Knicks in a game six. That was very awesome. Happy about that.
Yes. Both teams that were on
On
the
the
ropes
brink.
survived
Yeah.
to play another game six.
Yes,
And
exciting.
and last night we did pretty well. I think on our posted picks we went 3-1.
Hmm.
I did want to acknowledge that Duncan Robinson. I was right about one thing. He
Yes,
had
yes,
he
you
had
were.
one rebound and one assist.
Yeah.
He also had 5 3-pointers. So he crushed his 6.5 PRA line that I threw out there yesterday. So anyway, we got to
But you
acknowledge
you
the
were
good
you were
with the bad.
basing everything on him playing less than what, 15 minutes or so, and
Yeah,
he
less than
got extra
16
run.
minutes. He got
Yeah,
extra run and, and just bombed away. He was pretty
yeah,
good yesterday.
yeah.
Jimmy looked a little lost offensively. He did everything else. He
Yes,
rebounded, he assisted,
yeah.
blocks, steals, like he was all over the place. But offensively, kind of was playing a little bit more timid than he has been. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
weird.
it was a little surprising. Yeah.
But anyway, so tonight let's dive into it. We got the Celtics at the Sixers, game 6 in Philly. Sixers are getting 2.5 at home, which is a little surprising. Kind of tells you where the books feel this game is going. Maybe a potential game 7. Total is 212.5. So another low line. These East Coast games are low lines.
Hmm.
And why don't we start? We threw out an opportunity for followers to kind of submit some of their ideas. We got a couple that have trickled in so far. Might get a few more this afternoon, and we'll try to respond to those on Twitter. But anyway, the first one that we got was from mkels95, our guy. He asked about Tatum, 39.5 PR.
Hmm.
I think he's indicated that he's 3 for his last 5. So what do you think about Tatum 39.5 PR?
So I wanted to bet this or something similar to it. I think Tatum probably gets there, and I think he has a big game tonight. All that being said, I don't have a lot of confidence in him. He I don't know. There's some games where he just doesn't have the consistency of like your superstars, and somebody with a 40 point PR, I want to see a little bit more consistency out of him. I went back and kind of and looked at you have they had a nice playoff run last year. So I want to see when their backs are up against the wall, in game 5s and game 6s and game 7s, what did Tatum do? And
Right.
it's not good. Okay. Game 6 against Golden State, 16 PR. Game 5 against Golden State, 37 PR. Game 5 against Miami, 34. Game 6, 39. Game 7, 36. Game 7 against Milwaukee, 29. You have to go all the way back to game 6 in the conference semifinals against Milwaukee when he last cleared this PR line at 55. So I would fade that. I don't love it. But what do you say?
I agree that there's risk. So here's my approach to it. I think it's a good play, but not at 39.5. I like it at 36.5, or yeah, 36.5 is what I like it at. So the
Okay,
question is
you're paying a
the
lot of
question
money for that, though.
the question is how do you get it at 36.5? So you can
Yeah,
either pay a lot of juice, right? It'd probably be a minus 300 bet. That's
yeah,
probably not worth it.
no,
Or you can take advantage of another trend that's been happening with Tatum this series, which means he
mm-hmm.
gets off to very slow starts.
Mm.
So Tatum in his 5 games against Boston so far in this series is 8, 8, 12, 6, and 4 in the first quarter for PR. So
Mm.
you're talking about needing 40 PR. That means you probably need to have about 10 PR by the end of the first quarter in order to project out to hit this 39.5.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging probably closer to 7 or 8. So I think another approach, if you have access to live lines, wait
Yeah,
till the end of the first quarter. If he has a slow start like he has been, The line will probably drop down to 36.5, maybe 35.5. At that level, at 36.5, he's got an 88% hit rate. So I think that's a great play if you can get it at a lower value. So, and if he has a monster first quarter, just pass, right? Don't chase it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's another way of attacking this if you have access to those live bets. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. That's a good way to yeah, because I can see. I mean, I can see him crushing here for sure.
Yeah.
I'm leaning. I don't know if we were going to go over game picks, but I'm. You want to save that to the end?
Whatever you want to do. It's your
I
show too, man.
I'm leaning. I think the Celtics win this game.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
they seem to be they perform their best. Like I think when their backs are up against the wall, I think they went into last game saying, it's their home. Like we got this one. And when teams are like, oh, we got this one, a lot of times they don't got this one. So I like the
Yeah.
Celtics here tonight. Yeah.
All right. I tend to agree, but I'm hoping it's a competitive, close game. These Celtic Sixer games, a lot of them this season have come down to like some exciting finishes. So
Yeah.
all right, let's go to our next follower question. We had Balkan Props. Our guy was asking about Embiid. What was it? RA? I think
Yep.
it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
The line is 14.5. We actually gave out this play 2 games ago at 13.5, and it absolutely crushed. So
Yep.
it's come up a point. And what do you think about it now?
I love that he asked because it was going to be one of my picks today as well. He just absolutely crushes at home. He's got a closeout game here. I think he definitely fills up these non-point stats. If you want to look at the history here, 24 of 28 at home with 34 plus minutes, 18 of 20 when you bump that up to 36 plus minutes. He's been playing at a minimum. So yeah, I like this play quite a bit.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, 37 plus minutes is kind of the minimum he's going to play tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's really bad at not bad, but he got like a 50% hit rate on in away games with this statistics, which is why it kind of is discounted overall. But yeah, at home it's a really good play. So I would go for this. Bet with confidence, Balkan Props.
Yes, agreed.
All right, cool.
Good one. Yep.
So we'll keep our eye out on additional picks either through the DMs or on that thread, and we'll try to get back to everybody. But anyway, always feel free to give us your thoughts. All right, and then anything else from this game other than those that you like?
Yeah, I had 2 others, and I was a little bit surprised because usually I like to go with the home teams here in the playoffs for some of those, especially targeting some of those the role players. But because I'm kind of leaning Boston here tonight, I actually have 3 plays, 2 guys, 3 plays here. Start out with Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists, -115. He's done it in 4 or 5 this series. Both games in Philly, he had 5 assists in both games, in games 3 and 4. And looking back quickly, in the same kind of rundown I did on Tatum going back to last season, in the games where their backs were really up against the wall, like facing elimination, last postseason he had 4, 6, and 4 in like the real like elimination game, so he would have cleared it in all 3. So yeah. I like this here for Brown. Also just got his first All NBA nod. I think he'll be feeling good about himself. So I like Brown tonight.
Yeah, I like him as well. I was looking at, he seems to be almost a guaranteed 23 points.
Yep.
So I was looking at that. That's a -225 bet, so obviously not going to play that on its own. But if you can find something to put it with, one idea would be 23 points and 3 threes, which he's pretty consistently hitting 3 threes against the Sixers in this series. But 3 threes by itself is -115. If you tack on the 23 points to it, you get that up to a +123 bet. So I think nice. I didn't do the correlation between those two, but I'm pretty certain there's going to be a very high correlation with him eclipsing 23 points.
Yeah.
If he gets 3 3-pointers. So I think that's a good way of juicing up a play if you like his threes tonight.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. The other one I liked because I think Brown and Tatum have good games. I think the lines are so sharp and quite high right now to just take their points on their own. So something else I just was looking at. If you do Tatum 26 points and Brown 22 points, it's like minus 110.
Okay.
I thought that was really nice for tonight with those two guys
Yeah.
who are going to lead the offense. Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
and then
Who else do you like? Yeah.
Big Al. It can't be a Boston game without Big Al here, especially in Philly. I like his 8.5 points plus money plus 104, 4 straight games in Philly, averaging 13.3. And then we were also on his par recently. It's up a point. It was 16.5 up to 17.5. Still good odds at minus 108. Again, 4 straight games in Philly, averaging 23.3. Given the game he had last time, I expect a big bounce back game from Al here when he went 0 for 7. I think 0 for 6 from 3 in the first half. Only attempted 1 3 in the second half. Just decided I'm not going to shoot the ball. And so I expect a big bounce back game against those Philly fans who just love to rain down the booze on Big Al.
Yeah, he's either going to have a big game or this will probably be his last game if he shoots 0 for 7 again.
Wow.
So this might be the Big Al retirement game if he does that again.
They're going to go big today. I see big minutes. But it's going to be Al and the two Williams, Robert and Grant Williams. They're going to go with some big lineups tonight.
I could see that. They're definitely getting the Sixers were definitely more physical last game, so we'll see if they can counter that tonight.
Yeah.
I like Horford. I like both of those plays. I also think his assists are a pretty good play. They just keep giving it to us at 2.5, and and he's 8 for 11 in the playoffs, crossing that. So I think it's a good play tonight.
Yeah, he's a great
to
bet
go
tonight,
with assists.
regardless.
He also might have those missed threes in the back of his mind too, and might just give up a few shots that he normally would take.
Okay.
So that could lead to more assists. So. All right. Anybody else you have on this game?
No, the one guy I think probably people are would think we're going for is Brogdon. I'm laying off Brogdon tonight. I think he plays some less minutes. They had him on Harden a lot last game, and it wasn't so good. So I could see them going bigger today, and maybe some less minutes for Brogdon. So we've been all over his par. It's actually up even higher now. I think it's at 23 or 22.5. So I'm he's still my guy, but I'm laying off that one tonight.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to ignore. I was looking at him. I wouldn't play his par. I'd actually play his PA if you play anything.
Okay.
And mostly because he is much better on the road than he is at home.
Yeah.
His PA line is 18.5. His away average this season is 19.5. His home average this season is 17.5. So better player on the road. He's actually crossed 18.5 PA in 22 of 24 games this season when he plays 25 plus minutes. So I think even if his playing time is reduced, I think he's still getting 25 minutes in this game.
Okay.
94% hit rate. It's hard to argue with.
Hard to deny that. Yeah.
So yes, I agree. The Brogdon train is slowing down a little bit, and we certainly jumped off last game. I'm jumping back on. You're going to stay off. We'll see. Brogdon, 18.5 PA. I'm going for it.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Anybody else on the Sixers side?
No, I couldn't. I love that Embiid play, but other than that, I don't know. I looked into Maxey. Harden's so up and down. I don't trust him. I just no
playoff PJ. We've been going with him every game.
Yeah. No, I couldn't get there today. I don't know.
Maybe game 7 if they lose tonight. But we'll see. I don't know. I think the Sixers have a shot certainly have a shot. It's going to be a close game. Yeah. All right, let's move to the West Coast game. We got the Nuggets at the Suns. Suns are minus 2.5, also facing elimination. So they need to try to tie it up. They're not in a great spot, right? Obviously, even if they win, they got to go back to the Denver to play game 7. But anyway, total's 226 in this game, so a little bit more scoring here. I have a play in this game that you are just going to absolutely hate.
Hate?
Can I start with that on the Suns side?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hit me.
DeAndre Ayton.
You're not going over on Ayton, are you?
His line is so low now, man. 12.5 points.
Yeah.
I can't not take advantage of this. Listen to this. He played 30 minutes last game. When he plays 30 minutes, he is 44 for 49 this season, crossing 12.5 points when he plays 30 minutes. That's a 90% hit rate. If we drill it down to 30 plus minutes at home,
Yeah.
we have a chart that looks better than Moses Moody. We
Better
have
than Moses Moody.
20 for 20, crossing 12.5 points when he plays 30 minutes at home.
Why did he only play 25 minutes in games 3 and 4 at home?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I hear you. I hear you. It's I saw it today too. I feel like they're trending away from him, and I don't know. This is just the feel I'm getting from this series, that like it's becoming less and less about him, especially in an elimination game. But it's hard, what's his line usually at 17 and a half? But like
Yeah, he's usually
I mean,
15,
the regular season, 15,
16,
okay,
somewhere around
yeah.
there. So this is a huge discount. I mean, it's
Yeah.
largely because because Durant and Booker are shooting every shot, but
Yeah.
it seemed like really good value.
It's
so.
good value for sure. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Especially at home. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the playoffs, in this series, what are we on? Game 6 here?
Yep.
Yeah, he's had 14 points in games 1 and 2. He only had 4 and 8 in games 3 and 4, like you were saying. Played 25 and 27 minutes. And then what gave me optimism was game 5. He had 14 points again. So he's either going to put up, single digits, or he's going to put up 14 points. He just likes that 14-point number.
He does.
All right. Anybody else on the Sun side that you have?
Yeah. 2 here. Actually, 3. So Jock Landell, I love running his rebounds back. I know it didn't hit the other day, but now he's back home. Line's not out yet. It'll probably be 4.5 again.
I don't think so. I think you'll get it at 3.5 tonight.
Oh,
because
even better.
His minutes were down. Yeah, his minutes were down. I'm expecting like a 3.5 minus 140, something like that. So keep an eye out.
I'll be all over that if that's the case. I love him coming back home, and I mean, this kind of goes. I see his minutes going back up a bit, so kind of goes against the Ayton stuff there. But I don't know. That's just the way I'm seeing it here. So
you know what though, that it's not totally a bad plan to play both of them potentially. It serves
I have another one of those.
Yeah, it serves as a bit of a hedge, right? You play Landale for 3.5 rebounds, if that's what it is. You play Ayton 12.5 points, and if Ayton doesn't play the minutes that he needs, if he plays 25 minutes again, those minutes are going to Landale. So it's a bit of a hedge, but they're also 2 bets that could very well both hit. So they both hit last game, right? 4 rebounds for Landale and 14 points for Ayton.
Yeah. Okay, and then speaking of that, you had a nice segue for me here. My other play, there's also lines. I haven't seen lines out on either of these guys yet, but I see a nice game from either Terrence Ross or Mr. Shamit Face today. So I think I would look at that. I think it could be a nice hedge. Their lines are probably 1.5 threes for both of them. I think this could be a nice spot to take both of them. And I think one of them is going to have a nice game, to knock down 3 threes or something like that. I love these, obviously these type of role players at home.
Terrence Ross is out. He's in terms of his props are out. He's at 7.5 points.
Oh, okay.
And his threes
are 2.5
out
threes.
Yet.
Oh,
no, it's not really.
I see. That's not really
set.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
But yeah, basically 7.5 points is his line, which he crossed in the last 2 games. So that's not a bad play. He certainly is getting more minutes, right? 13 to 16 to 20 minutes. Shot attempts are not a lot though. 7-7, and then last game he went 3 for 4. So not going to get a lot of shots in that offense, but yeah, I like him.
Yeah. All right. That's why I like the 3. I thought the 3s are good for them. I think one of those 2 guys will have 2 threes tonight. I feel so.
Okay.
I thought that was nice as well. And then finally on the Phoenix side for me, I like KD KD's points, rebounds, and assists tonight. It's 46.5, minus 120. The 2 home games this series, he had 53 and 56. And then I did a little bit. I like going back and looking in previous postseasons. KD's last 2 elimination games. You had last season, Game 4 against Boston. He went 39, 7 and 9 for 55 PRA. And then 2021, that incredible Game 7 against the Bucks, he went 48, 9 and 6 for 63 par. That game went to overtime. He cleared the par even without overtime in that game. So I like KD here facing elimination.
Yeah, I think he's good tonight for a minimum 35 points, maybe 40, maybe a 40 point. He's going to be on the floor the entire game. He's not coming off. So, so I think that's a great
and
play.
He seems to be getting more and more comfortable in this offense. Like he seems to be, I like him tonight. You're right. He'll play probably almost the entire game.
And Chris Paul's out, right?
Yeah, he's not coming back. I know he said something about he's going to try, but I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure because that could certainly mess things up for some of these Suns props.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So moving on to Denver side, what do you like over there?
We running back Nikola par? What do you think?
No, because we could. Is it still at 53 and a half?
It's down to 52.5.
Oh, interesting.
So his last 4 games, 54, 68, 64, 60. The offense just revolves around this guy, right? I just don't see how he doesn't get there again. He's gonna play almost the entire game, and I like this. I like this KD and Jokic par tonight.
Yeah, that's funny because I actually liked his assists.
That's my other play on Jokic as well.
Yeah, which you liked last game. I think it was set at 9.5, and the last 3 games he's at 17, 11, and 12. So if you want a less sweaty version of the PRA, I think the assists are probably even a better bet. I don't think those took him until like the last minute of the game to clear.
No, it didn't.
I also have another take on him, which is around his points. So listen to this. He has scored in the first half of this series an average of 14.2 points. Okay. In the second half of this series, he's averaged 20.8 points. So he's doing 60% of his scoring in the second half. His point line is set at 29.5. I think it's good, but I think that's probably where he'll land. He'll land somewhere around 30 points. But I think another approach, just like we were talking about earlier with Tatum, I think another approach with him would be also wait and play his points sometime towards the end of the first half. He'll probably end the first half with he had 1 game where he had 24 points, but the other 4 games he had 13, 13, 11, and 10.
I'm looking at this now. That's some split, man.
He really he's slow in the first half on scoring. Has good output in terms of rebounds and assists, but slow in scoring. And then he really picks it up in the second half. So I think that trend is going to hold tonight, especially in an away game. So I could see him ending the first half with 13 points. That'll bring his total point line probably down from 29.5 to maybe 26.5. And I think that's a solid play at that point.
All right. So, very sharp. I like that. Nice.
Okay.
Good call.
So a lot of live action. Hopefully our followers have access to putting in those live ones.
Most
you can get some
most
extra
of the books
value.
have that now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on Jokic?
On Jokic, no. Those are my 2. I had 3 plays from this game, and 2 of them were Jokic, assist and par. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else on Denver?
Michael Porter Jr. 6.5 rebounds, minus 115. You were on this the other day, right?
Yeah.
Were you on it again today?
So yes and no. I do like the full game. I also like his first quarter. So remember, I highlighted a trend last pod where I said for some reason he played 12 minutes in the first quarter, up from his normal 8 minutes. That was in game. What was that? Game 4. In game 5, he did the same thing. He played 12 minutes again. So now you've got a 2-game trend. I think that's what they're going to stick with.
Yeah.
And I like two takes on this. So he's played 7 games this season where he's played 10 minutes or more in the first quarter.
Okay.
He's cleared his first quarter point line in 6 of those 7 games. So his first quarter point line is 4.5 points. He's averaging 9 points in the first quarter when he plays 10 plus minutes. And I also like his rebounds. To get back to your play, his rebound line is set at 1.5 rebounds. He's cleared that in 6 of 7 games. So both are 6 of 7. I would say probably the first quarter points are good, and then maybe play the full game rebounds at 6.5. I think those are both good plays on Porter.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like that. I love this. I love this trend that you're calling out here of 12 minutes playing the full first quarter, the last 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't see why that wouldn't continue.
What was weird is he only played like 20 something minutes in the whole game. So he played like I think if I saw that right, I think he played like 12 minutes in the first.
Yeah, but the game kind of got away. I don't
Yeah.
think they needed him as much in the second half, right? It wasn't super competitive.
So take advantage. We've got 2 games in a row with that first quarter trend. Take advantage of that. And getting back to your original play, 6.5 rebounds just seems really solid. He's just he's just crushing on the boards.
Yeah, and I don't think he'll have a repeat of the what was it? 20. He played under 28 minutes last game, but the 2 previous games in Phoenix, he played 37 and 41. So I would imagine it would be the same as that, and he just absolutely crushed the rebound line in those 2 games. So
yeah, I think I would kind of look at this as a I mean, it's not as critical of a game for Denver because they do get game 7 at home if they do lose. But I do think, even though we were calling out Landale and Ross and Shamet, I am a little cautious in these game 6s and game 7s about role players as much, just because elimination games, I think the starters are all getting like 40 minutes. So just be careful there. But I could certainly see him, Michael Porter Jr. playing 35 minutes or something like that tonight. So
for sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Very good. That wraps it up. Who are you picking in this game?
Suns. I like Celtics Suns tonight. That's my money line parlay for you.
All right. We'll see what happens.
What about you? You same?
I'm not picking the first game. I really don't know who's going to win that Celtics Sixers game. I do think the Suns will win at home.
This seems like one of those series where the home team wins every game, I think.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. All right. Nice work.
Yeah, good stuff. And enjoy the games. We'll get a couple of these picks up on Twitter shortly.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.